No matter how you try, don't you ever fall. Keep your head up high.
All right. So. For those of you who've been trying to work out,
keep fit.
No, okay, keep fit. Thank you. So we don't offend the gods. Some people, I'm not gonna eat rice for the next 2 weeks. Some people,
I'll stop bread.
It's bread.
What else?
Some people, it's okay. I'm gonna do jumping jack or push up or whatever. I will.
This is April. No, this is May.
That is if it lasted January. So, well, we often say that, you know, we've had fitness experts here from time to time tell us that fitness goals fail for one reason or the other, and experts say it's because they are treated as temporary tasks rather than permanent lifestyle changes. And it is the lifestyle angle that had us invite Joel Zamere here again, CEO of the Institute of Registered Exercise Professionals, IREP. Thank you for joining us again.
It's always a pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me.
I said fitness. I mistakenly said lose weight. Someone carried placard.
Yes, I said you stop body shaming.
How is it body shaming?
They say you want to. They say they want to lose weight.
Sorry.
They want to keep.
As you were saying.
Yeah. You know, the interesting part is they're in the same household. If you say you want to keep fit and you say you want to lose weight, keeping fit might mean that you want to lose weight.
Yes, but it's better termed.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so it's like, you know, I just want to keep fit.
Why are you adding weight? You need to lose weight. It's not
Look,
nice
let me tell you.
Say.
I have been told I need to add weight.
Yes, it's good. It's a good one. That one's a good thing.
Kenny.
Because
I already weigh 80.
Well, I was going to ask you who told you that, but let's leave that.
Exactly.
Where I want to go to is, what's the definition of fit?
Okay.
Let's talk about that.
Okay.
I will go from what is popularly known and what it doesn't mean. So first of all, being fit does not mean that you have 6 packs and your muscles are looking all big. Keeping fit or being fit does not mean that you are pretty slim. Okay? You see those two things I've said? It's kind of the poster picture for I'm fit. I'm fit is I have muscles and I look like a model. Physical fitness has 5 components that you must look at before you can say you are fit. So it's like you must look at those 5 components, and those 5 components you must score over average before you say that you are fit. The first thing is a cardiovascular test. How well is your body using oxygen? That's the first test. Second test is a muscular strength test. How heavy can you lift based on your age, based on your gender? Muscular endurance test. How well can you continue to carry a weight repetitively till fatigue? Flexibility test. How good is your range of movement? Can you touch your toe? Can you touch your chin? Can you touch the floor, right? How well are you flexible? Then finally, it's now your body composition. Your blood pressure, fat percentage, and all the fun stuff that your body says. Now, from those 5 things, we expect you to be above average. The minute you're above average, then you're termed as fit. So if I check your body composition and you have above 18, 20, 20, it's going up like that, fat percentage, then part of being fit is that you need to lose weight. But if I check your muscular strength and I see that you're supposed to be able to lift this particular amount, That means you need to start lifting so that you can get to that level. I check your cardiovascular and I see that you don't have, you're not healthy cardiovascularly. Then I'll put you on a cardiovascular exercise so that you can improve what we call the VO2 max of your body. So I hope it's not too boring, but that's what it means to be fit. So both of you can be seated here and you are fit, and it shouldn't be purely by looks. Okay, it should be based on an assessment done. Okay, so I will shock you. If I assess both of you, it doesn't mean you are more fit than she is.
I'm not struggling.
Fantastic. I just wanted to, how do you
goes
feel?
to the question.
How do you feel?
It goes to the question that I want to ask. Let her deceive herself. It goes to the question that I want to ask.
Have I said anything?
Did I say anything?
Have I? Oh my
Did
God.
I say anything? So I wanted to ask a question generally. 200 and whatever million Nigerians on the average.
Yeah.
And from your distant assessment, how many Nigerians would you say know whether or not they are fit? And how many Nigerians would you say are fit?
Right?
Well, that's a tough question because there's no data. But what I can say is, if you have a trainer who at least is trained by IREP, they know how to carry out those assessments. And it's those assessments that they use to design your workout program.
No, the reason I asked that question is because many people may not even know that they need to get fit.
Oh, I see.
That's the
Okay.
point that I'm
There are
making.
simple markers that can help you.
Okay.
There are simple markers that can help you. And I've said it here before. It's just by understanding what it means to be physically fit. Physically fit means I have enough energy to come to work, right? And to perform optimally at work.
And not faint.
Exactly. And not be dozing while walking. And not be mentally tired. I can't remember what I'm supposed to do next. And then when I'm done, I have enough energy to get home and play with my family or my kids or an emergency or attend to an emergency. And I don't feel like I've carried the world in my head. Some people get home and you can't even talk to them about anything.
So that means we're not fit. So let's get
Well, you know, he was trying to look for like a general way you can know without
it should be-
that
because
assessment.
I can definitely tell you there's no one that gets home at the end of
A day.
at least 8-hour shift. That's the least people work. People who even run their businesses work even more than people who
Agreed.
work
Yeah,
for
sure,
others
sure.
because you want to keep pushing.
Yeah.
So there's no day that people get home and they're not tired.
I would agree with you.
I say a lot of people
Now,
would.
I'm not the one talking.
You say,
I
I'm
agree
tired.
with a lot of people.
Yes, a
I'm
lot of
saying
people.
that the definition of physically fit
Yes.
is that you're stronger than your daily routine. That's the
Yeah,
whole
so
idea.
how often do you see that happen? That people get home from their daily work.
Do you want me to give you a list of my clients or something? So let me just tell you what we do in the gym, or when you exercise. You know what you do? You put stress on your body so that you can. Permit me to use this English. It's not correct. So that you can outstress the stress that comes from your work. Right? So when you go to work, there's actually stress.
Yeah.
But why it's not negative stress is because your body is stronger than that stress. You can handle it. So when you are in the gym, you are pushing. I sit a lot, for instance. I'm giving you an example. If you're someone that sits a lot, one of the things you need to make stronger is your lower back. I mean, that is why you will go and start to do some kinds of exercises, because you're trying to strengthen your lower back. Right?
Because that's what you use for work.
Yes, exactly, because that's what you use for work. So the whole idea is, okay, I know that I sit a lot for hours. Then when I'm outside, I need to ensure that I walk a lot. I need to ensure that my cardiovascular system, blood flow, and all those things is fine. So that's the mindset. You are thinking about what you do, and you're saying, how can I be strong for the task? See, let me say this to you. We see it in menial jobs, but we don't see it in corporate jobs. So if you have a menial guy who is carrying bags of cement, he will carry those bags of cement today from one point to the other, right? If he can't carry that bag of cement, he won't be paid. So his body becomes so strong, over time, that he's able to carry more bags of cement. Does that make sense? To make more money. And if you see them, they look all, like they're going to the gym, because their work involves one that you're physically fit, and when they are not, they can't do the work. They have to look for somebody else. So I'm just saying this, that usually we look at fitness as aesthetics. I want to lose weight, I want to have some muscles. Look at it as, I'm a factory manager. I work from this length of the factory to the other length of the factory. How can I ensure that I can do all that work and not get home exhausted?
So essentially, you have to have targeted fitness goals.
Exactly, sir.
So that is why fitness goals don't last.
No, I think usually fitness, either people don't even have goals in the first place, or they have unrealistic goals.
So why do fitness goals fail, which is, the crux of our matter here?
Let's start with why fitness goals fail. The first thing is that it is unrealistic.
Okay.
That's the apex. Because if you have a goal and your goal is targeted on, maybe you've seen somebody, you want to look like them, that is by far, that's not a goal, essentially. And if you know, not just in fitness, but in other areas of specialty, a goal must be smart, right? And
what if someone sees you now watching and say, oh my God, I want to be like him? Is that not a goal?
Not necessarily.
Why is it desire?
A wife telling the husband, see a man like you.
No, that's a desire. For instance, if I tell you that I have a desire to fly, I just have this desire that I want to be able to jump from here to my house.
Your desire shall be granted.
That's a fantasy. So for a goal to actually work, the first thing is that you can't just look at somebody and say, I want to be like that person.
Right.
See, before Serena Williams came into limelight sports, nobody was looking at Serena Williams' figure as sports. You get what I'm trying to say, right? It was, you are slim, you are this, you are like, look, Serena Williams has a kind of body shape. If you're looking at semotypes, she has the kind of body shape that is not all, allow me to use Agbani Darego-ish, you get the point. But she's fit, right? So that's what I'm saying. You don't look at other people to be fit. You must look at yourself in the mirror and say, how am I supposed to look? Am I strong? Am I able to lift my child with one hand and with the second hand lift my bag, and then off I go to get into that car or to go and do this? Because by the time you only lift your bag, you say, no, I can't carry you, you have to walk. Right? Because you're not fit for the work. And then you get home, you see, how are you? And then you're tired. You get the point. I don't want to paint too much pictures, but you get the point. So what I'm saying is that the goal must be realistic. The goal must be bespoke. It must reflect you as a person. Sometimes we watch movies, you see an actor is slim, next film is put on with, next film is slim, and you're like, wow, I want to do that. They're paying these guys millions of. See, if I'm paying you millions of dollars, there's some kind of motivation you have.
You have to shape yourself.
Yes, and they have no other work while they're waiting for that movie. They're going to the gym. They have nutritionists. They have different kind of people attending to them, and they're doing nothing else but going to the gym in the morning and in the evening, or exercising in the morning and the evening. You don't have that time, so you can't have the goal that same person has, right? So let's bring it home. Your goal must be realistic. It must be bespoke. Now let's talk about realistic goals. What does it look like? Realistic goals must have 3 components in them. It must have quality or efficient exercise. That means you must have in that goal the amount of exercise that will improve your body. Okay, I'm going to give examples. Secondly is your nutrition. You must be realistic about your nutrition. If you say, I'm not going to eat any rice anymore, I'm not going to eat anything anymore, I'm just going to be drinking gari egg, cucumber, and carrots with water.
You water, God.
You are joking. That's not sustainable.
Why?
It's not sustainable.
Why? It's not.
Before you know it, but apart from the fact that it's not sustainable, we're going to talk about types of foods and what they do. So that is first a lot of vegetables, which has a lot of vitamins and minerals, which is good, and fiber. But your body needs carbohydrates. Your body needs protein. Right? They need it. Let me put it this. Let me summarize it. Carbohydrates are the energy-giving food. Protein are the body recovery or body growth food. Does that make sense? Right? So you are going to work, you are stressing yourself, no protein. How are you going to revive yourself for the next day? You are eating cabbage and carrots. That is not sustainable. By the way, it's not sustainable. But let me continue. That's nutrition. The third is sleep. Inadequate rest.
Let me tell them.
Inadequate rest destroys all the other plans that you all your nice food that you're doing and all the exercise.
Tell them very well. Tell them very well.
So when you want to
talk about that sleep very well. Talk about that sleep.
I'm still going to come back to it. So you see, I've mentioned three things: the exercise must be efficient and effective for you. Your nutrition must be realistic, on something you can do, and then your sleep. So if I want to have a goal for exercise, for instance, it has to be a kind of goal that I can do every day. I don't know if you get the point.
At least you can sleep every day.
That's not an exercise. Come on, wait first. Come on.
Right.
I'm not saying anything.
Oh gosh. Okay.
This little masterclass I'm giving you.
I know.
It's not a slip on. Now seriously. So you have to ensure that what kind of exercise can I do that the excuses will be less.
Right.
And that's why your exercise life cannot be tied solely to a gym, a location.
Yeah.
Where you can say, oh, I couldn't make it today. That's number one. Number two, your exercise can't be 3 times a week. Because the reality of life is that one of those days something will happen.
Yeah.
And so it becomes what? Twice or once a week.
And go.
But guess how many times you are eating a week?
Every day.
Oh, every day. Sometimes it's even 8 days a week, isn't it?
And
that you're
twice
eating.
a day.
Because after you go to some parties, some things that you eat things you're not supposed to eat, right? So essentially, you should aim to train for about 5 times a week.
Right.
Even if something happens, maybe you miss one day, your body is still active every day. In training, you should plan to do a lot of weightlifting, not just cardiovascular training. Weightlifting is not equal to muscle building. It's a wrong myth to think that when I lift heavy weight, then I'm going to have muscles. It's just bad, bad press. Bad press, right? So I've added, of course, you do your cardiovascular, you do your resistance, you do things that you can do, within, easy access to where you are. Times, and there's no time for exercise. There's something like, oh, it's only mornings I can work out. Now, does it make sense to work out in the morning? Yes. You're not fagged out from the day, right? So that's for exercise. Now, there are other things we can talk about in exercise, but the point is you are doing that. Next is nutrition. You want to ensure that in your food, they are more colorful and things that are alive. So just look at your plates. Is it colorful?
Alive.
Are there things that you've murdered, boiled? You know when you boil something, you now fry it. That's like killing the thing twice. So do you have things in your plates that are colorful and they are alive? Carrots are alive, cabbage is alive, some nice stuff, right? And then even those cabbage, don't fry the live and boil the life out of the vegetables. That's there. Put your carbs in that plate. In
the mix, yeah.
Right? And put your protein in that plate. The minute you are thinking about protein properly and veggies properly, the carb will be almost the size that it should be. And that way you've eaten well. Right? So food is not bad, it's how you do it. And then you're watching for oils that in room temperature, are solid, saturated fats like red oil. Right? Red oil.
You watch out for it.
Yeah, you watch out by not eating it.
Too much.
Yes, like maybe once a week max.
Okay, that's good.
They move to twice a week.
I don't know why.
No, we're just having a conversation.
It's like he's
we're just having. We've had an ever-going conversation in this place before, so I remember.
I don't even do those things.
Yes, you
honestly,
don't do those things.
Actually, I always ask why
so much oil?
Swim in oil.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Egusi.
I barely use oil to fry my egg.
Oh, okay, that's good.
I just like it. I don't like
None
the
of them
taste.
plus
So
four.
it's really,
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, So stuff
this
like that.
conversation continues after he leaves.
Now,
don't worry.
also, I think that you mentioned bread and all those processed stuff. You should also watch for that, because a lot of processed stuff is causing quite a lot of harm nowadays. The preservatives they put in it and all that, they're not good for our bodies. So things you can make in the house, try and ensure that you're doing that. That's just, you're watching yourself. You're not eating too late. There's some form of intermittent fasting that you're doing, healthy ones, where maybe you're eating, your final meal is maybe 7 or 8 o'clock, and you don't eat again till maybe 7 or 8 o'clock, which is 12 hours, right? So stuff like that just help you to control eating late at night, where you have bloated stomach and all those bad stuff you don't want. And then finally, your rest. You want to ensure that you are sleeping. Of course, and when you sleep right, you reduce screen time. Right? Because at work, you can't really take away screen time because you have to work. Right? But when you get to what happens is we are now on, the phone, or we are on this platform trying to just say, I want to relax, and what I want to use to relax is this movie that's 2 hours.
Yes, you want to say, you're dreaming of when I get home. That movie I've downloaded. I need to get into it.
So, but you can sleep early. You can start watching while you're leaving work. Maybe that will help the time. And just, I think one thing I've also seen is that the moment people are conscious about these things, they tend to not want to make those changes.
Yes,
but when they're not conscious about it at all,
I think it's just about discipline.
You just you just do whatever you like, right? So I've mentioned those 3 things, but of course there are other elements to why you're doing what you're doing. So now let me talk about one part. A goal must also be measurable. If you say, I want to lose weight, for instance, or I want to gain muscles, for instance, you must have numbers that you're speaking to. Some people want to lose weight and they're looking at losing, I want to lose 10 kg next month. I'm going for Owambe. That's a very unhealthy and unrealistic goal. You should target averagely maybe 3 kg per week. Averagely.
You can do that?
Is that per week now?
Per week? That's lots.
Per month, sorry.
Right.
That'll be per month.
Right.
In a week, you should target 0.5 to about 1 kg in a week. Sorry.
Okay.
So 0.5 to 1 kg in a week, and then in a month, it will be between 2 to 5 kg in a month, right? Average of that is about 3. So that in a year, you've done 30 kg.
Okay, so our time is up, but we can go back to the exercises, for that you said you can do in your room or in your house. You don't necessarily have to go to the gym. Okay, sorry, gym people, sorry, I'm not cutting into your revenue. But what are those little exercises that are the constant ones that you can actually do and keep with?
I want to recommend an equipment that everybody can put in their room. It's called a kettlebell.
Okay.
And the kettlebell has heavy weight and light weight. They won't take more than a square feet. It's just a small weight. I almost brought one.
It's like your kettle.
Exactly.
Even smaller than
Some are even smaller. Brilliant. Because what I'm saying is that there's this idea that you don't need any form of equipment and you can achieve all the goals you want. It's not true. It's not true.
Okay. Yeah, I have 3 kg.
Sorry?
3 kg.
I didn't hear that. I didn't hear that. So the reality is that if you're going to carry stuff, it's not 3 kg. Right? So when I'm talking about kettlebell,
reduce your
No, don't say it's the start. Don't even mention
volume.
3 kg kettlebell weight. Let me tell you what they are for.
No, regular dumbbells.
Don't do this with 3 kg. Please don't do that. What muscle are you trying to activate?
I'm not activity boss, I'm just keeping fit.
Okay, fantastic. But let me say what that is good for.
Okay, right.
It is for intensity while doing cardiovascular exercises.
Right, yeah.
It is not for muscular improvement in any way.
Okay, good.
Because you know now you can do 100 of that. So how is that helping you? How is that improving your body as well? So that's good for maybe your brisk walking and you want some extra intensity to your work. That's brilliant. But the minute it comes to strength training, you need weights.
Okay.
So those kettlebells, I'll quickly just wrap up this. Those kettlebells, you want to lift as heavy as 10, 15 kgs and do simple body fundamental movements: lunges, squats, hinges, rotations, pulls, pushes.
Okay.
I end with that.
It is sounding to me like what's your Instagram handle?
Joel_Zamere.
Wizamere.
Uzamere. Uzami. That's what Benin people will call it.
Because some people need more information. You see, they are writing it down. Thank you so much for your time this morning. Joel Uzamere, CEO of Institute of Registered Exercise Professionals. We appreciate your time again today.
Thank you for having me. It's always great to be here.
I decide to look forward for the next segment, which is Jesus.
Keep looking forward.
Next conversation is our home stretch. So, from labor, we segue to aviation in our next conversation. To stay with us.